Welcome to another episode of the Group Parlay podcast with myself, Nick Strom, Andy Simo, Dave joining us from California. Just a disgusting parlay yesterday. Kevin, one of the worst picks of all time. Cavaliers were down 40 at halftime. Or the
Golden
Warriors
State.
were down 40 at halftime. It's just disgusting, ruined the night, but me and Andy had some good tacos. So I'll hand it off to Andy for a quick recap of yesterday's parlay.
That we did, Strom. It was, at least we didn't have to worry about it. There was no worrying because Golden State was getting eviscerated so bad. So Kevin had them +7. They lost by 19. Nothing else needs to be said. Strom, nice pick for you. Thunder -6, blew out. I don't even remember who they played, but easy hit there. And then I had Golden Knights money line. They were up 2-0, ended up blowing it, losing in overtime. Just classic hockey pick for us. What are you going to do? So, the month continues to drag. We're 1-7 overall, but again, everyone's 500 or above. Kevin is 5-3. You are 5-3, Nick, and then I am 4-4. I feel like with those records, we should be better, but a lot of 2 out of 3s.
It's been a tough 3 weeks. It's been really bad.
Yeah, tough sledding. Oh well, let's get to the picks today. A lot of picks today. So we are going to do a ladder challenge as well. For folks that don't know, it is basically you bet $10 day one. If you win, you roll it over the next day, and you roll it over for 10 days, and eventually it gets to, I think you're betting like over $5,000 to win 10,000. So we combine 3 lines at around -350, 370 to come to about +100. So it's about double your money. And then you just roll over those winnings every day. So we're going to give it a shot.
Why not?
Why
Let's
not?
win some money, huh?
Figured today was a good day to start because college football, big slate.
Why not us?
Be nice to win $10,000. But that means I got to bet $5,000, which is painful. But let's get into it. Obviously, college football Saturday. We have Dave today for Dave's Dawgs. So we're going to start with that. Let's see what you got, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not going to woof this week because I think Kevin kind of messed up the editing when I woofed 2 weeks ago, and I sounded like an idiot. So let's just pretend I woofed and move on. This week we are taking Virginia Tech. I got them at +180 for y'all. Really, this comes down to 2 things. One, yes, Virginia Tech has 4 losses. All 4 were by 1 score or less, and all 4 were either on the last possession of the game or overtime against good teams. Clemson, on the other side, lost last week to Louisville. They lost to Georgia week 1, and everybody got all excited about how they were winning after their loss to Georgia, and they figured it out. Yeah, well, they haven't played anybody other than the 2 teams they've lost to. All 5 or 6 of their wins are pretty bad. I think their best win is maybe NC State, who's not very good. And meanwhile, last week Vatek lost, but they were without their quarterback and their starting running back. Both are playing this week. I expect them to be ready to go. It's at home. Blacksburg is a tough place to play. Enter Sandman's going to get going in that stadium, and Cade Klubnik is going to just shit down his leg. So we're rolling Vatek +180. Let's do it. Let's get back on the right track and hope that, unlike last week, the team we picked starting quarterback doesn't get hurt in the first quarter. Fingers crossed.
That would help. All right. So that's what we got there. I'll go with my pick next. For the parlay, I'm going Cincinnati Bearcats -3. They're playing West Virginia. Cincinnati's at home, which I love. But West Virginia, they have a new defensive coordinator for today's game. They fired their last guy, so they have a new defensive coordinator. Also, they're starting their backup quarterback, who is in his 2nd straight game. He played pretty well last game. It was against Arizona, so a decent opponent, but I think Cincinnati's going to be better. Also, Cincinnati's quarterback, 15 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He's been really, really solid this year. And their running back, Kiner, almost 700 yards on the ground, 5 and 2 touchdowns. He's actually been a better rusher than West Virginia's leading rusher. West Virginia's a ground and pound game. I don't know if they'll be able to keep up with the Bearcats today, so give me Cincinnati at home -3.
I like it.
I got nothing to add here.
Yeah, Since he's just been playing like sneaky good football. They're sneaky pretty
Yeah.
good. Their offense especially has played really, really well.
Yeah, they lost to Colorado last week, but they won by double digits against ASU, beat UCF, who's a solid team, and absolutely pounded Houston 34-0. So they've won 3 out of their last 4, but their losses to were pretty good teams. So what we got. Strom, do you want to go ahead?
Yep. I bet against Penn State last week. I'm going to bet on Penn State this week. I'm going Penn State -10 at home against Washington. Again, tough loss last week against Ohio State, but I look for a bounce back spot here. Penn State beats up on bad teams. Night game, whiteout at Happy Valley. I just don't see them losing when Washington has to travel across the country. I'm keeping this one simple. -10 isn't a big number here. I think they win by 2 or 3 touchdowns here.
This will be a fun one to watch at night. Hopefully we hit, and then we can cap it off with Penn State, baby.
Yeah, I hope you boys got Peacock. I know I do.
I got Peacock.
Yeah.
I hate having the last pick of the night. I really hate it, but gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
Gotta go with the best pick on the board.
I think you've got the right move. Penn State should win. It's a long travel for Washington. Penn State's offense hasn't like cooked in a while, so gotta get some points on the board to cover 10.
Yeah, I was really going on traveling across the country. The last time they really had to do that, they beat Michigan at home, and then they had to travel to Iowa and got pounded by Iowa. So you come off a big win. They beat USC last week, travel across the country. I think Penn State's going to pound them.
Yeah, there was other juice going into that Michigan game after the national title game from last year, too. So, with you. Cool. What's Kev got?
Yeah, I'll do Kevin's really quick. I was going to go with this pick, Georgia money line, keeping it simple. Georgia against non-Alabama opponents like the last 3 years has not lost. They haven't lost to a non-Alabama opponent in like 3 years. Ole Miss, good team, playing good football. They just blew out Arkansas 63-31. But, I mean, outside the Bama loss, the last 4 games, Georgia's won by double digits against Florida, Texas, Mississippi State, and Auburn. A couple pretty good teams thrown in there. Jackson Dart's been really good. Carson Beck, obviously, has been solid, but the last couple games has not been good. But Georgia defense and Kirby Smart, I think that's really what is going on. They can also run the ball really well. I mean, Kirby Smart's the best coach in college football. Second half adjustments are absolutely insane with that guy. So I don't know if Ole Miss is going to be able to keep up.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that if you're gonna beat Georgia, you need to have a balanced offense, and Ole Miss does not. They cannot run the ball even a little bit, you can't. If Georgia's going to be able to stop the run with 5 or 6 in the box and drop, everybody into coverage, I don't know how Ole Miss moves the ball effectively.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Need Carson Beck to not throw picks.
Yeah, he's got to have a good game eventually. Although I don't like this matchup because I guess Ole Miss is number 2 in the country in sacks.
Yeah, but that's also they haven't played an offensive line quite like what Georgia's got rolling
that's
out
true.
there. So it's gonna be a fun one. I'm looking forward to that game and really just sitting on my couch and watching like 9 college football games at a time from the time games start in an hour and a half until I go to sleep tonight. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, a lot of college football to watch today. So I'll recap the picks and then we'll get into the ladder. So Kevin has Georgia money line at -130. I have Cincinnati Bearcats -3 at -147. Penn State -10 at -145 comes out to +402 for today's parlay. And then we have for Dave's Dawgs, Virginia Tech playing Clemson at +185. So those are the picks. Now we get into the ladder. We'll do this one pretty quick. Strom, why don't you start?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep this one simple. I'm going Cam Ward, 275 plus passing yards. He's gone over in every single game. He's gone over 300 yards in 8 of 9 games this year. The Yellow Jackets have a pretty bad pass defense. They rank 87th in opponents' completion percentage and 65th in yards against in the air. So keeping it simple, 275 plus. And I think it's going to be a close game here. He's going to sling it. So.
Yeah, I thought about going with just Miami here, but Miami makes me scared every time they play. So, all right. So for my pick, I'm going also simple Fresno State money line. They're playing they're playing Air Force. Air Force is 1-7. Their quarterback has thrown 1 touchdown to 5 interceptions. And Fresno is a relatively solid team. Air Force might be the worst team in the country. So very, very simple pick here.
Yeah, I don't know about the worst team in the country, but they're bad.
Yeah,
they're real bad.
And then Kevin's going with the top team in the country. He's going Oregon -10.5. I don't think much needs to be said here. They're the best team in the country.
Yeah, they're rolling, and Minnesota has to fly across the country, or halfway across the country to play them.
Yeah. So recap that.
Maryland is flying across the country to play. They're playing
Maryland, yeah.
That's what I meant.
So to recap our ladder, day one, $10 bet. It's Oregon -10.5 at -460. Fresno State money line -345. Cam Ward 275 plus pass yards at -290 comes out to +111. Again, $10 on this. Win you about 20. Roll it over to tomorrow. We'll have another ladder play for you.
Day 1 ladder challenge.
Should be fun. I'm excited.
I'm excited. Let's win 10 grand, huh?
Sounds nice. It sounds easier than it actually is. But
we got it,
boys.
Yeah, I mean, you
Let's get it.
guys have won 10 in a row before. This will be fun.
Yeah. Right. Maybe one day, Dave.
Okay.